Hi. I'm down in the garage for a different purpose today, but I sort of had something on my mind about all this still. And Midnight Charlie Man, 22nd of February 2024, and it's about 5. I've got the date. I remember the day. I remember the date because I looked on the laptop. About 5:30 p.m. here in Sydney, Australia. Now, in regard of giving people money through super, it's not really donation. Well, it is donation. It's super chat. So when you give someone a super chat, it can be anywhere between $1 and it can be or $200. A very long time ago, about a year ago, on Myth Vision podcast. It was a Myth Vision podcast. It was live with Derek Lambert, and I think Derek had, it could have been Bart Ehrman, I'm not for sure, but it was a biblical scholar on, and they had the super chats going, and Derek said, now we'll take all the super chats, and then they did that. They were running out of time, and Derek said, we're running out of time here, and this guy, he said he's $400 for a question. He said $400, and the rest of the people in the chat were like, whoa. I was like, whoa. I was like, that's a lot of money. And everybody else was like, that's a lot of money. And the guy said, the question's important to me. And I'm like, not that important, not that important. And it wasn't a big question. It was a standard question. He said, I just really want to know. And I'm like, and whoever, they answered the question, but it was like, that's a lot of money, And someone said, you must be a millionaire. And even if I was a millionaire, I've got this thing where it's like, if I ever partaken in a live stream, I did add a comment or two once a long time ago, about 18 months ago, 2 years ago. I did write something in a live stream, like I just asked a question. It wasn't a super chat. I just asked a question. If I felt compelled, the power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. I've never felt compelled to do a super chat. I mean, geez, YouTube does not even have my card details, my credit card. I don't have a credit card. I just have YouTube don't have my card details, and I don't ever intend for them to have them either, ever. So, is it okay for people to? Okay, the idea, not is it okay? The idea of in super chat giving exuberant amounts of money. Well, first of all, from the actual the host itself, they've got to have some. They got some sort of charm about them. To people get used to the sound of their voice. People get used to the hair. You know, Morgue official's hair. He's got this Morgue. You know, get used to the hair. Morgue official has the hair, right? I think it could be longer, but that's totally beside the point. It's totally beside the point. Look, they've got they're charismatic. They've got a charm about them. They've got a certain way about them. And there's also, you know, that narcissism. So they have a certain way that they talk to their audience, have a certain tone of voice, and have all these signature things that they tend to say. But the audience, over time, the audience gets used to them like they're a friend. They get used to them. It's a psychological thing. They get used to tuning in and hearing the host, the YouTuber, the influencer, speak about a very particular subject and about very particular things. And sometimes, especially with Morgue Official, it can get repetitive. He'll just be saying the same thing. And also, oftentimes with Morgue Official, I'll notice that he'll talk, you know, go around, he'll go in circles, won't quite get to the point, and then do it as a loop. So he's not quite getting to the point, and he speaks about something else, and then might come back to it. Now, it's almost like they're a good friend, okay? So it's a dependency. and it's a dependency, and then I think it's also that there's quite a few. Oh, I have empathy for this. I have a bit of sympathy for it. There's quite a few people out there who are gullible, who are vulnerable, and they they decide, oh, you know, I want to support this guy, I want to support this girl, this woman, I want to support them, so I'm going to start, you know, I'll give them money, and you get 20 or 30 people who are in the super chat who are giving. Sometimes they're giving anywhere between $20 and $100, and what do I think of that? Okay, I'm thinking, so, okay, they can pay the rent now, they can kind of pay half their rent, pay the rent and buy groceries. And I'm thinking, but what information are they giving? Are they on that cult level, or are they on a reasonable level? Like, are they giving out a reasonable level of information which is actually useful to the viewer? Are they helping? Are they, you know, being entertaining? But more so when you're in the realm of super chat, I would think that it was more so educational, informative, relatable to things that the person's tuning in for a particular reason. They want something very particular, and I'm feel funny about it. I'm a bit funny about it, to be honest. I see the super, and the level of conversation within the super chats is a bit silly. Quite sometimes I think, who are these people? I mean, who the fuck are these people? Who are they? And sometimes I'm like, I wonder who some of these people are. Get a bit curious about them. And in that documentary, the exposed documentary, hey, you know, some interesting people in that. But in the actual in the actual chat area itself, in the live chat area, most of the time it's like very mundane. It's like, who the fuck are these people? And more so, these people are giving a lot of money to the host, and then they, so much so, I mean, geez, Derek Lambert is now travelling around the world to different locations because there's so many people in the super chat, there's so many people in the live chat who are funding that. They're giving him money. And one particular time, there was a particular guest on the Myth Vision podcast who gave X amount of dollars, somewhere around $2,000. Somewhere, I'm guessing that because Derek said, this wouldn't be possible if it wasn't from such and such who donated this to me. And I'm like, wow, you really got the ball rolling on that one, huh? But it's like, wow, when is it too much? Is it okay? And I'm just like, do some people out there have money to burn, or they just feel like they've got such a really tight, close connection to the YouTuber that they're willing to give $50, give $100, give $200, because in their mind they've developed a psychological bond. And have I developed a bond? Have I developed a psychological bond? I wouldn't say so. I find certain YouTubers quite interesting. Alchemist. I tune into Alchemist. She's quirky. She's interesting. Do I have a bond with anyone? No, I don't. In fact, actually, I was very angry with Derek Lambert. I reached out to Derek Lambert a couple of times and completely ignored me. I made a couple of videos about it, actually. And he ignored those. They were all sort of mock videos, but no, I don't have any close attachments to any YouTubers. Although Len Enders was very nice to me. He's been cool. Len Enders is very good to me, and it depends where you're coming from. It depends what you're doing. people were giving super chats left, right, and centre and funding the YouTubers. I think it's a fine line. I don't do it, mainly because I don't want YouTube with my card details, and I prefer that if I was part of a live chat, that if I was to ask a question, I would ask a question without donating. Like, here's a question, would you answer it? Never felt like partaking in a live chat. Yeah, it's a psychological thing. People get people they fall into it. They like, oh, I'll give you money. I give you money to so you can. There's certain that there are a lot of people out there who do fund it, who will fund things, and I suppose it depends on what your funding is. It depends on what you're giving money, who you're giving money to. Depends who you're giving money to and what they're doing. What are they doing? Are they being constructive with it? Are they being productive with it? Are they being okay with it? That's the thing. So that light's dimming. I can put this one in. We try to put this one in. I've just been sitting down here for a bit. Let me put this one in. I've never done a live chat because through my lap, never done a live chat through my lap. Well, I was considering it. I just don't know how the function works because I've been doing this way. I might go live one day, so many people turn up. I don't have any super chat functions set up or anything like that. Not even Patreon. Yes. Okay. I'll finish this up because I didn't want to rant on about this for. I didn't want to rant on this for a long period of time. You see. Okay. All right then. I get really funny about super chats. I see people getting, I'm like, you get a lot of money. Thanks for the super chat. You donate to, we got to buy them, you got a special connection, whatever you think you have, and all that. And, it's a bit, it can be positive and it can be negative. Okay, from the way I say it, it can be positive and it can be negative. If you're helping people or giving them valuable information, being a resource of some sort, I suppose that could be okay. You don't want to be giving thousands of dollars though, Anyway, okay. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you.